Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. You know, at this channel, we do not support criminals or terrorists or their likes. And I want you to look at your screen. And we have seen a few arrests that have been made in Jamaica during this riot. And we're asking, why is this man in jail for inciting the riot? This man must be arrested and charged for inciting the riot. And if the government don't act, it's only going to get worse. Because this is a test run, because they want to see how the state operate. They cannot allow these terrorists to blackmail the government or to make the streets safe. The government is the one who's supposed to dominate the street, not these people. So this man, he could be 110. He needs to go to jail and he needs to be charged for inciting a riot. If I know the commissioner of police do not know because he's not a trained police officer, so he hasn't been through um, the Jamaica Police Academy as I have done, and I have done that. It's next month, December coming. It's going to be over 34 years since I've graduated from the Jamaica Police Academy, and I can tell you what a riot means. And a riot, a violent disturbance of the peace by a crowd, and it's similar to an uproar, rampage, tumult, commotion, upheaval. And this is the man who's the architect of it. So he's supposed to be arrested and charged for riot. Let him spend some money, let him spend some night in jail. You understand? Well, maybe I don't know what the police is doing, but Mr. Commissioner of Police, I can tell you. I know an assistant commissioner of police who's very, very savvy when it comes down to the law. His name is Sutherland. Yes, Sutherland. Tall black assistant commissioner of police. He was my senior man when we were at training school, not a corrupted police officer. Give Sutherland this case, make him arrest this man, and let him give him a run for him money. Let him because what he did, was inciting a riot. In Jamaica, people burn tires and all kind of stuff like that, and damage people tires because these people do not want to pay the fines for the traffic ticket. And what's supposed to happen after that? There's supposed to be spot checks around the Highland with people who have outstanding ticket, jail, 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 jail. Just make it like it a snap parade, island wide. You understand? So you have your records and stuff like that. So the people who have outstanding ticket, whether they with taxi man, they could be police, they could be thief, we don't care. Jail, because that's all you have to uphold the law. Because if you allow these people to continue to be lawless, we know that they're loveless. That doesn't mean that they have to be lawless. You understand? So the law need to be enforced. Remember, a riot, is an impressively large or varied display of something. And this is what they have done. You see the violence that these people have inflicted on the Jamaican commuters. We saw it, I mean, the United States of America, and I saw it all over all these people attack the people and are going to show people snips. And the reason why I am doing this video is because as a born Jamaican, I hate to see what's coming out of my country, where I was born and raised. And this man here should be in jail. Don't cut him no slack because once you do it, it's going to happen again. He's the architect of it. We don't care if he's PMP, GLP, or communist. He is the architect of it. He needs to be in jail for the weekend. He's supposed to be arrested and charged for inciting a riot. And there's so much other things. Because all you have to do, the evidence is right there, from the statement that this man has made, threatening the government to to close the country with these people who want to break the law and do not want to pay their fines. You have to understand, we do not force people to obey the law. The law is the law. You're supposed to obey it. We know the difference between wrong and right. You cannot reward people when they do the wrong thing. This man needs to be in jail. No if nor buts. Arrest and charge him for inciting a violence. Makes one of the clansman judge release him. Let him go to jail. He's supposed to be charged. Even give him a run for his money. We don't care. You don't do things and care about what the woke activists they are going to say. Oh, he's old and he's black and he represent the poor taxi man and the ones that they didn't mean to break the law, but they have to drive fast and sometimes they have to overtake vehicles because they have to make money. You don't want to hear that excuse or lies. Nobody is forcing anyone to uphold the law. Every one of us know the difference between wrong and right. This man needs to be in jail. You understand? Because he's the one who promotes and take part in the violent public disturbance of the country. People's property were damaged, and he's the architect, so he needs to be in jail. No if nor buts. So I'm going to show you people some videos out of Jamaica with one of, he's not the only one, but he's one of them. One of them that his video is so outstanding because of his demeanor, and he has given an interview. But you know what? Before I even go any further, the Prime Minister had missed his mark. Yes, and when I say the Prime Minister, I'm talking St. Andrew Holiness. I am not talking Tukuman. Tukuman, nobody voted for Tukuman. So people might be thinking I'm talking Shane Dallin. Shane Dallin is not the Prime Minister because nobody voted for him. It's St. Andrew Holiness. St. Andrew Holiness, as the Prime Minister of Jamaica, had missed his mark. Yesterday was his day to show that he's a leader. When this riot was going on, he should have addressed the nation immediately during the protest. All he did, because these people are criminal cuddlers, all he was doing there was sitting and watching it on the TV. Since as he's trying to advance the country as to a first world country for 2030 vision, he should have immediately a press conference live, breaking news. The Prime Minister of Jamaica is addressing the nation, and you let them know what you people are doing is wrong. You're destroying the infrastructure, um, you know, um, preventing people from moving freely. You're in there and obstructing and all kind of thing. And let them know what you people are doing right now is a riot. There's no justification for what you're doing because you people have break the law and you haven't paid a ticket, and we are not rewarding no one in this country for criminality. And that's final. We are not going to negotiate with criminals or terrorists, and what you people are doing is terrorism right now because you are driving fear into the hearts of our people. And we have to make sure we maintain the law. Once you do that, they see that you're a leader. You know, because you want to cater now to the the criminal part of the Jamaican society, you stay silent. Then you're gonna make a little statement in the star. The star is only the, well, we know that you're catering to the same criminal-minded people because it's most of them that really is in it. Because the star is like entertainment, press conference live, CVM and tele and TVG and all the other media houses, they have to break and put it because you're the leader of the country. You miss your mark to show that you're a leader, and for that you get a D. You need to do better. You need to learn how to be a leader because you're not a leader right there. You let this man, who should be in jail, let him control the narrative. Yes, during the protest, during this riot. So moving on, I'm gonna let you guys watch some video of one of the violent man to show you, because this is how it is in Jamaica. These people, they're rioting, and causing problems to other people. Not like the police the government had didn't done these people anything. These people has broken the law and do not want to pay the fine. They want amnesty because the government had given the criminals the chance to turn in their guns or face 15 years in prison. Or if you resist the police, you'll get preemptive strikes when they come. You understand? So they know they want amnesty. They need to go and pay the ticket. No amnesty for them. So you listen, you watch, you decide. Yes, man. So here's a man that I used to have the greatest amount of respect for, and Damon Crawford. And the reason why I used to have the greatest amount of respect for him, he's the only politician in Jamaica that who have spoken up against Indicum. And that's how the PMP kicked him out of the party, literally. Take away his seat and gave it to a criminal, a farmer, criminal daughter. It doesn't mean because someone was elected to office mean that they're clean. Some of them, there were criminals from in the 70s giving people M16 rifles and all to kill Jamaicans, for vote. So here's a man that's denounced that kind of, politics and stuff like that. You call them dirty labor and plyboard PMP. And here is this man now, He's the opposition spokesman and education, Damien Crawford. is supporting the demand by taxi operators for the government to grant an amnesty for tickets accrue for road traffic violation, but with strict condition. Hey, look here, dear man Crawford. May I just say it plain and simple. You're an idiot. Big time. What you're doing, you're contributing to the criminality in Jamaica to destroy the country. I know that you guys will do anything for voting, but the country is at it's at the worst ever in Jamaica, and you want to help to contribute for it to go down more. The government must not negotiate with criminals. Not because I don't live there. I was born in Jamaica. You understand? And I was a police officer there for at least a third of my life. The government must not give them no amnesty, with strict or no strict. What the government need to do is set up spot check around the island and execute who do not have a clean driver's license, have outstanding ticket, jail. Simple as that. Jail. No negotiation, no sympathy. We don't make excuse and we don't negotiate with terrorists. And that is what. So, Damien Crawford, from now on, I see you as a clown, as my cousin said. Between me and you don't have the sense. Big time.
Come out of this. You want to live for you, you want no man, so want no man. When I took my room back, man. That's why you're hungry. I'm not hungry. Why no? Come in now. Come on now. Money, me no love man. First of all, me not stand up with that bag of man.
Yeah, so you can see, that guy, the way that he was treating the commuters, people that were in the taxi, going about their lawful business, and you see how he was harassing them. What they were doing, it was well calculated, orchestrated, and planned, and it's coming from the guy who was the chairman for the taxi association in Jamaica, and he should be arrested and charged by the police for his crimes. He should be arrested and charged for creating a riot. So, in most society, in every society where there criminality, women play a major role. So any well-thinking person, human being with decency, honesty, and ethics, and somebody who respect law and order and respect the rights of others, they would this man that was doing all those things, they would denounce his behavior, stay away from him, and have nothing to do with him, and don't even want to even mention him unless it's you mention him in the past tense. Like he was here on earth, but not here anymore. Because this is a man, because it was, I don't know, it's because he was, threatening females, to get out of the taxi, and these people, what they're doing, they're breaking the law. They break the law in Jamaica by not paying their traffic fines and want to hold the government and the country at ransom. If the government give in to these people, this is just a test run, of what to come, because this is what these people have been doing, anytime, and I don't think, that this is a one-off thing, And look, that woman that you see right there, she, I'm going to let you watch it for yourself. And sometimes, some of these women you see, even men like him, and you see things happen to them, don't have any sympathy for them. Zero. Because they are contributing to the crime problem in Jamaica. So I want you to watch the video. You watch and you decide.
It's not the piece of board, but I hope that you don't take it and you don't do the same thing that you did. But I hope that you accept it is our gift from me. Let me just say that, from me, not from Sid, but from me to you. And please use it wisely. Use it wisely. It's a weapon, so use it wisely. It's not to bully passengers, but like as a defense. Like if you walk a night and somebody come at you, you get me? Yeah. So that is from myself to you. All right, and thank you so much for stopping by the Z. We appreciate it so much. All right.
All respect every time.
All right.
So now you see why all the young boys in Jamaica want to become a criminal. Because look at this man and what he have done to that woman, to the woman yesterday in the taxi. You can see that fear in the woman, the way that he was talking to them and he had this weapon ready to unleash violence on them. And who was that giving this man a prize for it and put him on video and put him on YouTube? It's a woman, and she says it's not coming from the radio station where she's working, but she's promoting criminality. What is she doing here? What about the advertisers? Why they don't pull the advertisement from the station? This woman should not be on a station. She's a criminal enabler and a supporter. So she's contributing to the anarchy there. She should not be there, and no apology is acceptable for her behavior, because whenever you have certain influence, you're supposed to behave responsible with it, and that's not what she's doing. So she should be fired forthwith, immediately. No ifs nor buts. You understand? She should be gone. This man should be in jail. He should not be on bail. So that's a test run, and next time it's going to be worse, because this time it's going to involve with guns and violence, because they want criminals. Remember that criminals and terrorists. They want to dictate what happened in people's life, and that's why people elect governments, for the government to step in and say, no, we are the government. So government, you need to do something about this. This woman needs to go. And Zip people need to boycott Zip because they are promoting criminality and abuse and violence against our women in Jamaica. This woman have no decency, honesty, integrity, or ethics. She had feel the social corporate responsibility. No corporate responsibility right there by advertising this man to show the young boys. And yes, once you do this, you'll get an award from us here, because what he did yesterday was depriving the people of their rights and freedom of movement and drive fear in them. So he should be charged for some form of felony. So continue the journey. So I'm gonna let us watch him giving an interview, and listening. I want you to listen to his words carefully. You watch, you listen, you decide, and I'll explain to you what he has said.
Okay, I'm said to the brother, say, yo, oh, we tell them so we not work or we not work or whatever. Same time, I pull the door, I said to them, say, yo, come out of the car. Same time, police them come round and them see me with a stick in my hand. The same time, there come the police grab me, and then police said to me, say, yo, what the problem out here, whatever. We start explaining. And put me in the car, and carry me go to the station. Run them back, run where them do. Them let me go back. Then, so boom, Friday when me that told me in a store about something. My sister called me.
What time this? What time this you go to the station?
When them let me go back?
Yeah.
Them we talk around something in the morning. About 9:30 then, so I got 10 o'clock. Them let me go back in the morning. By the time I told her about me about it, my sister called me, and she said to me, say, yo, I need to come up on the yard, because be a police up on the yard and stuff. So when me come up on my yard, when we catch up on the gate, I say, be a police out there and be a something. So same time I have a shoes box in my hand. Show them the shoes box, the food, everything. I have to take off my jewelry and take off the things and off from them. Take them at the same time, them have a turn to me and say, a lot, bigger eggs send them back for me. So I say, why bigger eggs are sending them back for me? Or don't talk to me from in the morning or whatever. And I say, yes, by the time they're watching the video and this and that, the bigger head. Send them back for me, give them authority to come back for me.
So who's the bigger head them at all?
I know them can't tell me who the bigger heads. That's why the inspector said bigger authority, send them back for me. So
So you see the police force at this juncture, it's pure inept and incompetent police officers they have there. I don't know if the police force is filled with members of the Jamaica Defence Force. Because in my time, when I was there as a detective, as a police officer, this man would not be going back out there and then police going back for him. He would be arrested and charged for creating a riot because that's what he was doing. And he was using intimidation and threats and women. So the police officer who released this man, that policeman, that only should be transferred. They should charge him for failing to doing his duties. This man should have been arrested. They should not release him. But let's continue the journey because you're going to hear more things, what this criminal is saying. I want you to listen, and you see who he was attacking. It was women, not men, women. Yeah. And yet still, you see who gave him the prize? It was a woman and a radio station in Jamaica, one of the biggest radio stations in Jamaica. So in Jamaica, women play an integral role in crime and with the criminals there operating because the women are very simple. If you're not a bad man in Jamaica, no woman no want you. If you're a nerd and you can read, oh my batty boy and them thing, you're an idiot that them want a man like him who can diss people and them thing, and oh my bad man. So just listen, this is the culture.
now my people I'm asking, so who's the bigger authority who send them back for me? Them can't talk. Like I go for them big top jokes, man, that they wanted, man, they never necessary. And the excitement for them come with a bag of police and a bag of SWAT team and man on bike and all that thing. I wanted man alone, I go for them, yeah. I get them and say, a simple thing, you call myself a community, I mean, take up myself community. You understand? So, the bag of excitement and the drama where them come, you never call for this. You get to me and say, even I one radar car could I ever come pick me up this city. So, when we see them full up the lane and them go on this city, you never call for. Anyway, me at the station see me, and when we take a stop, we see them take a picture and things. So now I say, brother, I'm not supposed to violate my rights, so I don't have no rights to take a picture of them. And them send it to one of the bag of things that them attack, say, bad man a ball and bad man a this and bad man a that. And
were you crying?
no, I'm never that cry. Because the thing is, me that drink and me that sweat. And oh it happened, same time, so my face look, water run off of my face, so they must say me I cry. So when them done do them I don't know, I see him a video, I see him, so I say, brother, you don't have no right for a video me to charge you. You don't have no right for a take no picture neither. Him have say, him supposed to take no picture, him have all right for take no picture. So I say, what do all right to have to take no picture? The superintendent, the soup said they must take a picture. And for them grab me.
Yeah, so you listen to his lame excuse, and excuse our lies. I was taught that by my mother. Excuse our lies. You know, it takes courage to uphold the law, and cowards break the law. Are people who do not believe in the law and believe in that they can do whatever they want to do, and there are no consequences, and that's what he did. And the chairman of the taxi association, they don't believe in the law, they don't believe in upholding the law, and they want the government to abide by their rules and their thinking so they can do whatever they want and there are no consequences. The government need to act. People act ethically as possible. Not because, yes, as a people, we act ethically and abide by the law because we have a thing that called conscience. So we know the difference between wrong and right. Nobody Nobody has to tell us what we are doing is wrong. We know it because our conscience tells us. But when you're desensitized and you're ignoring your conscience, and you're in a society where wrong is right and right is double right, and you're never wrong, you cannot see that whatever you're doing is wrong. And this man, the man that you're looking right now, the man who's the chairman for the taxi association, this man should be in jail. Why is this man not arrested and charged for inciting a riot? They have damaged people's property. They have prevented people lost income, and they have put a wrench in the country's economy for the day. Their growth has no merit, and it was an organized and well planned thing by this man to incite the riot in Jamaica and to cause problems for people going about their lawful business with intimidation and fear of losing their lives. These are not decent people, these are criminals. Yes, and as such, you know that the level of criminality that you have seen just from one person, imagine what was going on around the island. So this man is the architect, he's the planner, and he's the one that put out the orders for them to go along with his plan to disrupt the transport sector, to cause mayhem and chaos and destruction of property, and even harm to people, not only physically but mentally, because those two women that this man has traumatized, though I'm telling you, I know that right now they are shaking. Maybe that woman even pee up, or they even pee up themselves. You understand? Because that's how much aggressive this man was. And I'm going to make no man is above the law, and no man is below it. Nor do we ask any man permission when we ask him to obey it. That means the law. That says by former American President Theodore Roosevelt. And that is what we need to do. We're not asking anyone to obey the law. No man. And we don't ask no man permission when we require him to obey the law. Obedience to the law is demanded as a right, not asked as a favor. So what this man did, it's not a favor. We're not asking him. Obedience to the law is demanded as a right. So the criminal was talking about his right. So what about the right for him to obey the law? Didn't he know that? The government must act on that now. All of these people who are involved in this riot should be in jail. Don't spare one, none. Don't spare none, because this is a dry run, a test run. You have to put something in place to prevent it from happening. Next time, it's gonna be wide scale. And these people, they have the lowest of the lowest in the Jamaican society. We cannot reward criminals and terrorists. This man needs to be in jail for inciting a riot. Let MacArthur Sutherland arrest him. And I can bet you any money that this man, with MacArthur Sutherland arrest him, he could have the best KC in Jamaica. That means King's Counsel. He's going to prison. Because that is a policeman who is well read and he knows the law in Jamaica. If you like the video, that's great. Subscribe to the channel, share it. And most importantly, although I say if you like the video, you must like the video, because we are an anti-criminals channel. We don't like them. And this man right here, not because he's not convicted, we don't even know, because in Jamaica, the Jamaican government is giving convicted criminals clean papers, clean fingerprints, so that they can migrate to other country. So how many criminals you have living in America now from Jamaica and Canada and England, because they have clean criminal record. Thanks for watching the Jamaica Young Police channel. And this man needs to be in jail. No ifs, nor buts. But we have no sympathy for him. Inciting a riot. Jail. No bail.